Now we're just going to take it up on part two of biting. So where we left off was behavior management plans, and we spoke a little bit about bullying. So now we're just going to go on, and at Spree ELC, staff follow the guidelines below to ensure children do not experience any type of bullying. So staff ensure that all children feel safe, happy and secure within the setting. Staff develop positive relationships with all children and encourage children to speak about their feelings. Staff are encouraged to recognise that active physical aggression in the early years is part of the child's development and recognise positive opportunities should be in place for children to channel this positivity. Children are learning about their feelings. Staff will support children in identifying their feelings and actions, for example, happy, sad, or angry. That is why it's really, really important to have an emotions board within your room, whether it's you take it out at circle time or whether it's actually on the wall, so children can go over and say and point to the sad face and say, I'm feeling sad today. And then you can talk to them around why they're feeling sad and what they can do to help them not feel sad. So at an age and stage appropriate level, children will be encouraged to resolve their problems and take responsibility for their own actions. So staff are encouraged to adopt a policy of intervention when they think a child is not being treated in a fair and appropriate manner. Staff are aware that when play becomes aggressive and will initiate an appropriate activity with the children. Any instance of bullying will be discussed fully with parents or guardians of all involved to look for a constant resolution to the behaviour. If if the parents or guardian has a concern regarding their child's behaviour, the early years practitioner or the manager will be available to speak to the parent. It is through partnership with parents or guardians which we ensure a child will feel confident and secure in their environment, at home and in the setting. So children bite for many reasons, so some of which are experimenting. So toddlers are learning how their body works. They put things in their mouth, they sometimes nip. It's impulsive and they do not mean to hurt. Often a baby chomps on someone when they're teething. Sometimes toddlers nip when they're overexcited. Stress. A child may bite as a reaction to stress. Stress could be a result of pain or emotional distress. For example, when a child is separated from a parent and handed over to the other person, the child may throw a tantrum and bite the caregiver. They're looking for a reaction. So part of their exploration is curiosity. Toddlers experiment to see what kind of reaction their actions will provoke. They'll bite down on a friend or sibling to hear the surprise exclamation, not realizing how painful the experience actually is for that person. Lack of language skills. Lack language skills necessary for expressing important needs or strong feelings like anger, frustration, joy, etc. Biting is a substitute for the message he or she can't yet express in words. Like, I am so mad at you. You are standing too close to me and I'm really excited, or I just really want to play with you. So teach them to express themselves. So when things have calmed down, try to help your child find a less painful way to express their feelings. This works well with children who are biting to try and show their affection. If a child is expressing love, teach them to hug rather than bite whenever they feel the strong emotion. Likewise, if a child bites out of defense, show them how to deal with somebody who they don't want too close to them, or make the stop sign, a hand held up, like this, or teach them to come and find you instead if they are very angry. So create classroom rules. This is a very important one. I have found when I was working in the classrooms and you're dealing with biting and challenging behavior, to have classroom rules to always revert back to. So make rules that discourage biting. Do not scold or say anything sternly to the child when implementing the rule. Be consistent with the implementation of the rule. So all of the workers in the room will need to follow the same implementation for it to work. So give them time. So give the child enough of your time throughout the day, for an example, by reading or playing together. So he or she does not bite just to get attention. Extra attention is especially important when your child is going through a major life change, such as a move or welcoming a new sibling. Do not drown the biting child with attention. So the biting child may get so much criticism that they may feel being under the spotlight. It It can make the child feel important as they just bit someone. Therefore, once you are done expressing your disapproval, turn your attention towards the child that has been bitten. A child is more likely to feel guilty and not bite when they realize that everyone ignores them after they bite. So in conclusion of all of the slides, what I've put together is that biting is a natural to the age and stage of development of children. Try and identify triggers and keep a diary. So as I was saying, write down the questions that were at the start of the slide in a diary and then have it within the room and then write down what you see when you see it at the time of the biting or just before the biting. Using visual aids and books can help to get the point across to children about no biting. So children learn through visuals, especially young children. So it's important to have the visuals in the room, like as your classroom rules or your motion board, to show, no biting. This is my sad face when you do this, etc. Staff will work in partnership with the parents to try and resolve the issue. So if you require any additional help with this challenging behaviour, please email me on nicola.spree@gmail.com and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.